Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome in to the pre-show before the free show.
Look how back we are. Look at us. This is our first episode since December 21st. It's been like more than a month.
Yeah, you were making the audiences cry the last time you were sitting in that seat.
I was?
Yeah, you were being sappy.
Well, don't worry about that. I'm over that. I'm back talking about football.
So much yap.
We're back, folks. Welcome into the pre-show before the free show. It's Texas football today. If this is your first episode, boy, you've missed a lot. Back in October 2015, we started the show. Episode 1, guest 1 was Rickland Holmes. Episode 1, guest 2. I'm kidding. We are back for what is actually the 11th different year that we have done a show in 2020 here in 2026.
11th different year?
Different year.
Different year?
We're in our 11th year of doing broadcasting. And a lot's happened since December 21st, last time we talked. We had Christmas, kind of. Everyone in my house got sick.
Oh, yeah. You didn't really get a holiday.
In fact, my wife's folks are in town this weekend to do makeup Christmas.
What?
Yeah. I went and picked them up at the airport last night.
Wow.
No. And V&A got married. Congratulations to V&A. It's great. And we've had something happen here over the last week or so around these parts. And I think a lot across a lot of the state of Texas and a lot of the country and a lot of the world and a lot of the universe.
Okay.
And that is a cold snap. There's been big weather here. And we knew it was coming. The meteorologists were telling us that it was coming. And it did. And
they were right.
And I want to really give you a little bit of the self-reflection that I've had over the past couple of days, which is that I am officially becoming an old man. Because I've gone full circle on snow days.
Okay.
Because you remember when you were a kid, snow day.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Now that I have kids, take my children, please. For the love of God,
did you guys have...
Take my children.
Did they cancel school again?
They're off today. My kids have been off school all week. So Saturday and Sunday, obviously. They canceled school on Monday. They canceled school on Tuesday. They canceled school on Wednesday, which I thought was a bit questionable, but whatever. And then yesterday, I get a call from my wife, and she says, they canceled school on Thursday. And I thought she was doing a bit. I thought she was joking. And here's the thing. I love my children. And you're thinking, hey, they're inside, like they're at home all summer. And that is true. But in the summer, we just go outside and run around.
Yep.
And like do outdoor activities and stuff. We just go to the park a bunch.
You can stay outside.
You can stay outside. You can be outside all day. Right? This stuff, it's not even fun snow.
No,
it's like ice,
hard.
sleet. It's gross. And so I am begging my school district to open your doors. Please. Because the number of times that I have watched Cars 2.
I wish I could slowly zoom into the camera.
The number of times that I have watched Cars 2 or Elio or the Paw Patrol Mighty movie. Guys, I'm running out of options here.
What a soldier.
Please take my children.
Amazing.
Please.
I'm proud of you.
Anyway, we're happy to be back, folks. Hit the theme expo. Yes, y'all. From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Biodome in beautiful Lewisville, Texas, it is Texas Football Today, a show with a greater understanding of the film Cabin Fever. My name is Greg Tupper. I'm the editor-in-chief of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine and TexasFootball.com. Thank you for spending part of your day with us, whether you're watching us live at TexasFootball.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. If you are watching us on some sort of platform that we don't even know about, thank you. Or you listen to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. It's like this show, but for your ears. Either way, thank you for doing your part to support your local mediocre internet show. I am sitting in this chair, sitting over there in that chair, making us sound good, running the controls. Our producer for today, our friend V&A Moreno. Hello, V&A Moreno.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
You happy to be back?
Does it look like I'm happy? I'm very happy.
Oh, yeah, that's the look of somebody who's very happy. Today is Thursday, January 29th, 2026. It is a mere 301 days until Thanksgiving. A happy belated birthday to V&A Moreno.
Oh, yeah. Forgot that was
Yesterday was your birthday.
It was.
Yesterday was your birthday.
Woo.
Happy birthday. Did you have a great birthday?
I did. It was great. Well,
Okay.
yeah, I was with you guys. I was working, and then I ended it with family, and we went to Korean barbecue, which is very yummy.
Nice. Very good. And then you've got a party this weekend. Do you want to give everybody the address?
Yes, 101 Party Lane Road.
Got it. Everybody show up. What time does it start?
Starts at 7
a.m.
a.m.
Saturday.
Yes, 7 to 7.
It is episode 1911. Happy birthday, V&A.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, boy. We got a lot to get to, folks. Because we were supposed to have a show Monday, weather once again ruined everything. So we didn't have a show on Monday. So we got a lot to get to today.
Crazy.
Off the top, we're going to announce the 2025 Mr. Texas Football, the Bill Ford Tough Mr. Texas Football Player of the Year. So how's that for a return to the desk? It's the 2025 Bill Ford Tough Mr. Texas Football Player of the Year. We will be announcing that. Then, been a lot of high school football coaching changes in what I think has been the craziest coaching change carousel ever. I will give you my 5 biggest coaching changes so far. We haven't even reached realignment, which, by the way, we're going to get you ready for Tuesday or Monday's realignment. That's right. UIL realignment is on Monday. We've got wall-to-wall coverage on TexasFootball.com. We've got a live show coming up on Monday morning, live from Birdville, where we will be breaking down, giving instant reactions, and getting big-name guests for UIL realignment, presented by our friends at Hometown Ticketing. Mm-hmm. More on that in a moment, but we will get you ready for UIL realignment. So we got a lot to do today, and not a whole lot of time to do it. I guess we can.
Not all the time in the world.
Anyway. Do we have first 4 through the door, V&A?
We do. We have Tony Blaylock, Just to Fly, Joey Hill, and Romby World.
Thanks, guys.
What's up, guys?
We do appreciate you spending part of your day with us. It's a big, big day. It's a big, big day because we are back. Very, very, very back. All right. Before we get into anything, kind of, news and notes, we've got to announce the 2025 Built Ford Tough Mr. Texas Football Player of the Year. Every year in Texas high school football, one player rises above the rest, not just for their talent, but for the impact they leave on the field, in the locker room, and in their community. This year, we're proud to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Built Ford Tough Player of the Week and Player of the Year awards, one of the most respected traditions in Texas high school sports. Week after week, Ford has spotlighted the best and brightest across the state, and this year, with help from Dave Campbell's Texas Football, that celebration reached new heights. From weekly standouts to postseason heroes, this season's Built Ford Tough Players of the Year represented the elite in Texas high school football. And from that incredible group, one player has now earned Dave Campbell's highest individual honor. It is my pleasure to announce the 2025 Built Ford Tough Mr. Texas Football Player of the Year, presented by your Texas Ford dealer, goes to
Drum roll.
Jermaine Bishop Jr. of Willis High School. The future Texas Longhorn, Bishop did what few at the Class 6A level can do: shine in all three phases of football. A dominant offensive weapon with nearly 2,000 receiving yards and 31 offensive touchdowns. A lockdown defender in the secondary with 4 interceptions, including a pick 6, and 4 forced fumbles to go along with 86 tackles. And a threat in special teams. Jermaine Bishop Jr. truly did it all. Now he joins a legendary list of past Built for Tough Mr. Texas Football Players of the Year. Guys like Kyler Murray, Marvin Mims, Jaquiz Rogers, DJ Lagway, and more, as the newest addition to Texas high school football royalty. Congratulations to Jermaine Bishop Jr., your 2025 Built for Tough Mr. Texas Football Player of the Year, presented by your Texas Ford dealers. So there it is, the 2025 Built for Tough Mr. Texas Football Player of the Year, Jermaine Bishop of Willis. A dominant season, one of the most electrifying players in all of Texas high school football. He did it all for the Wildcats in a remarkable senior season. He's now off to the 40 acres where he will be taking his talents. But Jermaine Bishop Jr. left an indelible mark on Texas high school football. It's certainly worthy of being the 2025 Built for Tough Mr. Texas Football Player of the Year, presented by your Texas Ford dealers. So that's big, right? Let's get into more big things because, Vinay, I don't know if you've noticed, but the 2025-2026 coaching carousel in Texas high school football, it's spinning out of control.
It's crazy.
I don't know what happened. Somebody took the governor off this thing because this has been, in my estimation, I should say, the wildest coaching change carousel I have ever seen. Now, from a numbers perspective, it is following along the way that it normally does, which is there's going to be a lot of coaching changes. Probably we're going to end up between 200 and 250 coaching changes this year. That is not abnormal, especially in a realignment year. But I would posit to you, dear viewer, that this year, the big brand name programs that are looking for coaches or have made coaching changes is out of control. So many, in fact, that I can't list them all. We went through a bunch of them on Tep and Step yesterday on video. You can go back, and subscribers have audio of Tep and Step, our January off-season edition. But here's what I want to do. Instead of going through the list, you can go to texasfootball.com where you've got our coaching change pages. You can see every single one of them. What I want to do is I want to give you my 5 biggest coaching changes so far. I think these are the 5 biggest changes that we have seen already. We're not even out of January, and we've already got massive ones. And by the way, there are going to be some huge programs left off this list. Plain and simple. But this is my pick for the 5 biggest coaching changes. We'll start with number 5, Converse Judson. Guys, I understand that the past couple of years, it has been a bit of a struggle there at Converse Judson. I understand that they are maybe not what they were under D.W. Rutledge, that program. And I understand that there have been some changes within Judson ISD and in the greater San Antonio area that has made this it's a different job than it was 20, 30 years ago. I get it. Judson is still the most decorated program in San Antonio. It is the program of record historically in San Antonio. The biggest job down there. And so when Mark Soto stepped down from his alma mater back on January 14th, it opened up arguably the biggest job in San Antonio. There are other big ones. And again, I understand that this is a program that is different from what it was in a San Antonio area that is different from what it was 20 years ago. But I am here to tell you that the Judson Rocket name still resonates in Texas high school football, past, present, and future. And that's why, to me, Converse Judson is a massive, massive job. Still open right now. Looking for a head coach there at one of the most preeminent programs in all of Texas high school football, and especially in San Antonio. It's number 5. Guys, I told you it's a crazy, crazy coaching carousel.
Crazy.
Number 4, Pleasant Grove. Let's go to Texarkana. And Pleasant Grove, in the last 12 years under Josh Gibson, has become one of East Texas's most consistent and powerful programs. They went 124-39 in 12 years under Josh Gibson. Brought home state titles in 2017 and 2019. Also led them to a title game in 2018 when they got Jordan Whittington. And they've been, I want you to consider this. Pleasant Grove has been to at least the third round of the playoffs for 10 straight years. Think about that. They have played on Thanksgiving each of the last 10 seasons. And I understand that they have run into Carthage a lot, but pull out a list of the teams that have run into Carthage and come up short. It's a long list. Okay? And so he stepped down on January 17th. Our understanding is that he's going to go into private enterprise, at least for now. I wonder if he's going to get that coaching itch again. That's me. I haven't talked with Josh Gibson. That's just me speculating. They were quick to promote their defensive coordinator, Jonathan Darby, because, in my opinion, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And you want that kind of continuity at a program like Pleasant Grove. This is one of the biggest programs in 4A. Came open. Jonathan Darby, the new head coach at Pleasant Grove. That's number 4. Number 3, the Refugio Bobcats. Hey, did you know this is open? Guys, I really can't stress enough that when you take a look at decorated programs in Texas high school football, Refugio is at or near the top of the list. Refugio has 5 state championships. Refugio has been to 11 title games. At the 2A level, Refugio is every single year a contender. Every single year. And obviously, it went to new heights under Jason Herring. They turn it over to Drew Cox, who was there for 2 years. And all he did was go 24-3 in 2 years. And I understand they came up short a couple of times. I understand that this past year, they got upset in the state semifinal. Like, I understand that. But this is a Refugio program that is one of the most decorated in Texas high school football history. On the coast, a program of record. So Drew Cox retired after 2 seasons. That job came open. They promote their defense coordinator, Eli Boxell, to be their next head coach. That is a massive sea change in 2A. A massive sea change. And I'm very interested to see what the future of this Refugio program looks like. That's my 3rd biggest coaching change. Number 2, Atascocita. Atascocita is open. You know, one of the biggest jobs in Houston. And similar, I think there's some people that are going to look at this similarly to the way that people look at Pleasant Grove. Because, admittedly, this past year, Atascocita had a very strange year. Went 6-5. But what Craig Stump did in 21 seasons as a head coach, 196-62. He led them to the state semifinals in 2016. He led them to 6 regional final appearances in the largest classification. He helped to turn Humble Atascocita into a statewide brand, a brand name in Texas high school football. He helped to do that. And he announced his retirement on January 9th. That job is still open. And again, I think people are going to look at that and be like, oh, well, yeah, they couldn't get past North Shore. Let's make a list of the teams that have been able to get past North Shore in the last decade or so, right? But Atascocita has consistently been one of the power programs at the largest classification in one of the largest cities in the state, in Houston. And I think the line forms to the left to take that Atascocita job because they've always got talent, they've always got dudes, and they are always going to be a prominent program in that Houston area. I think that is a massive job down there in Houston. I'm fascinated to see how that shakes out. That's number 2. Number 1.
Boom.
South Lake Carroll. So perhaps you heard that back Riley Dodge, I almost said Todd. Riley Dodge is off to join the staff at SMU. He's off to join the staff at SMU under Rhett Lashley. Riley Dodge, over the course of his tenure at South Lake Carroll, went 107-10. 107-10. He was the fastest coach in Texas high school football history to reach 100 wins. Yeah. The fastest coach in Texas high school football history to reach 100 wins. Led him to a title game appearance in 2020. I probably don't need to introduce you to South Lake Carroll. This is on the very short list of brand name programs in Texas high school football. Brand name programs in high school football. Hard stop. Broadly. And this is a seismic move for Riley Dodge to leave his alma mater to go join the staff at SMU. It's a savvy hire, I think, by Rhett Lashley, who also, by the way, hired Kyle Ward, the South Oak Cliff defensive coordinator, to be a safeties coach, which I think is pretty brilliant. The South Lake Carroll job is one of the biggest jobs in Texas high school football. It's one of the biggest jobs in American high school football. And I know that there have been big names attached to the interview process here. This is a job people want because you are an instant contender. An instant contender. What we've heard is that they are close to making a hire. We're tracking that on TexasFootball.com. But South Lake Carroll is, in my opinion, the biggest coaching change so far in 2026. It has been a wild coaching carousel. We didn't even mention, by the way, a bunch of other big-time jobs that are open. Waxahachie, Denton Ryan, Salina, Lancaster, Hutto came open, right? It is a crazy coaching change carousel right now. TexasFootball.com has all of the coaching changes across the state of Texas. We are at Texas Football Today. We're here Mondays and Thursdays on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at TCTF. Like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Coming up here in just a moment, we're going to get you ready for one of the biggest days in Texas high school football. It's coming up Monday. That's right. UIL realignment. What to watch for. But first, VNA,
Yes.
You know who's we're always watching out for UIL realignment. You know who's always watching out for us?
Who?
These valued partners.
Hello, Candace.
Not you again.
Me again. Remember our last oil change? Your boyfriend said he knew a guy who knew a guy. None of those guys knew what they were doing, including you, Todd.
Silence your oil change anxiety at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch our experts change your oil right from your car.
Thanks for coming in.
And finish in about 15 minutes. Valvoline. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Pour some sunshine with new First Light Community Coffee's first ever light roast. This blend has notes of honey and brown sugar that will brighten any part of your day. Try First Light now at communitycoffee.com.
Friday Night Football is here, and Hometown is trusted by thousands of schools across the nation to make game days effortless. Sell tickets online, easily scan them at the gate, track sales in real time, and keep your community connected with a free athletic website. Make every game a Hometown game. Visit hometown.com to learn more.
Every legend starts with a vision. For Dave Campbell, that vision was clear. Tell the story of Texas football like never before. In 1960, he built something no one had before, a magazine that became the Bible of Texas football. Coaches, players, and fans didn't just read it, they lived by it. His words shaped the game. His vision built a legacy. And his name? It will always be written in the story of Texas football. Dave Campbell's Texas Football, where legends begin.
Back here on Texas Football Today, I'm Greg, that's VNA, and I know how to read a calendar. Okay? I know that today is January 29th. I understand that.
The day after my birthday.
The day after VNA's birthday. I know it's the day after VNA's birthday. But I also know that we are mere hours away from one of the biggest moments in Texas high school football. I know it's weird, but UIL realignment happens Monday. Monday, February 2nd. It will be announced by the UIL, released on their UIL on the UIL website at 9 a.m. on Monday. 9 a.m. Monday is when everything changes. 9 a.m. Monday is when Texas high school football goes crazy town banana pants. Because UIL realignment is one of the rare moments in which every single UIL Texas high school football program is affected. Every single one. All 1,230 of them? Every one of them. And if you don't know what UIL realignment is, that's okay. Let me explain it to you. So, every 2 years, the UIL redraws the districts for Texas high school football. Okay? And they do that because they want to keep up with population changes. The idea is simple. In Texas high school football, you should be playing teams your own size. If VNA Moreno's beloved Lake Dallas Falcons, if they only had 100 students in their school, they should not be playing a school like Coppell, which has 4,500 students in it. It shouldn't happen, right? That just makes sense.
Yes.
These are weight classes in a lot of ways. You don't have heavyweight boxers fighting flyweight boxers. And so the UIL, every 2 years, gathers up all the data. The first thing they do is they gather up the enrollment for every single UIL school in the state. There's more than 1,200 of them across the state that has schools as large as 7,000 students, like Allen, and schools as small as 35 students, like Pawnee. And spread all across the state, from El Paso to Texarkana, from Canadian to Brownsville. Huge state. They take those, the first thing they do is they make a big cut and they go, all right, we're going to divide these into roughly even classifications. Okay? So class 6A is the largest schools. Class 5A, the next largest schools, 4A, 3A, 2A, all the way down to 1A, which is where they play six-man football. Okay? So those are students, for example, 1A is schools with 105 or fewer students, right? Then, by the way, I should just say that in 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, and 1A, they take them and they divide them again into divisions. So the top half of 5A is 5A Division 1. The bottom half of 5A is 5A Division 2. Okay, got that? So we're dividing along classification lines or along enrollment lines. After you do that, then you get into the complicated part, which is geography. Okay? Because the idea is pretty simple. You should play teams that are about your size near you, nearest to you.
Yes.
Now, that is easier said than done because you have got to make this puzzle fit in a way that is mindful of travel, that is mindful of other rules, like, for example, school districts that have a bunch of schools, they have to be together. So, like, for example, all of the Class 5A Houston ISD schools all have to be together, right? It is a puzzle that they have to put together to draw these districts to make it so that you are playing teams your size near you. And it's imperfect, and I know that the UIL tries their best, but they try to find the least messy solution for all of that. And once that happens, UIL Texas high school football is set for the next 2 years. I want you to consider this. This is the way that I would describe it. Imagine if every 2 years the NFL did this. And the NFL said, all right, we're going to take all the teams and we're going to redistribute them into divisions. Where, the Cowboys haven't won in a while, we're going to put or they do it by how big the city is or something like that. So, Dallas, that's a growing city. We're going to put them now with the New York Jets and the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears. Then the Cowboys would play those teams. That is similar to what we have here because what happens on Monday is that the path is set for every team of the road they have to walk to Arlington, the road they have to walk to make it to a state championship game, the road they have to walk through the playoffs, first through their district, then through the playoffs to Arlington. We will know the path for every team. And that's what makes Monday so consequential for every school in the state. And what's notable is that we do know a fair amount about what's coming on Monday. Because the UIL has released cutoff numbers, we know teams that are moving up classifications. We know teams that are moving down classifications. And that's one thing we're going to be looking for on Monday. Notable teams that are moving up. Aledo, longtime 5A powerhouse. They are moving up to Class 6A. Where do they land? Hitchcock, a team that has played at the highest level, a team that has been consistently excellent. They are moving up. Hamilton, defending state champs in 2A Division 1. They're moving up. Munster, defending state champs in 2A Division 2. They're moving up. Shiner's moving up. Gunner is moving up from 3A Division 2 to 3A Division 1. So is Wall, the defending 3A Division 2 state champs. Those teams we know are moving up. There are some teams that are moving down that we know of. Hi.
Sorry.
Corpus Christi Miller is dropping. That's pretty notable. Sinton is dropping. Cedar Hill is dropping. Now, I will say you do have the option to opt up, which is if you turn in 5A numbers, if you say, no, we want to be in Class 6A, you can do that. You can't opt down for reasons you can probably imagine, but you can opt up. We are still awaiting word on whether or not DeSoto, the reigning 6A Division 2 state champs, who turned in a 5A number, if they will move up, if they will opt up to 6A like they did in the last realignment, or if they will stay in 5A. We'll find out. Those are things we know. But there's also things that when UIL realignment comes out on Monday morning, we're going to be watching. One of them is what do they do out west, specifically in Class 6A. So for the past umpteen million years, there's been a District 2 6A, District 1 6A is El Paso. District 2 6A is known as the Little Southwest Conference. Teams like Odessa Permian, Midland Legacy, soon to be Midland Lee, San Angelo Central, right? The biggest schools in West Texas are all kind of on an island, but they're all on an island together, you know? Here's the issue. The issue is that a number of those teams that have been in the Little Southwest Conference, specifically Wolfforth Friendship in the Lubbock area, is dropping down. So now there are 5 teams out there in West Texas: Odessa Permian, Midland Legacy, soon to be Midland Lee, Midland High, and San Angelo Central. 5 teams out there left in this Little Southwest Conference. UIL doesn't love to have 5-team districts for a number of reasons. They don't love to have 5-team districts. What do? Do they pull some teams from the Metroplex? Do they pull some teams from South Texas? Do they pull some teams from Central Texas? What does UIL do out west? That is one thing we are watching. What happens in the Rio Grande Valley? One thing you have to remember is that everything is connected. All of these puzzle pieces have to fit together in a certain way. And so if you change one thing here, it's going to have ripple effects down the line and across the state. And specifically, one of the things I'm keeping an eye on is what happens in the Rio Grande Valley. Last year, the UIL in Class 6A gave the Rio Grande Valley 2 Class 6A districts. They had 10 teams. They gave them 2 districts. That was pretty surprising, to be real honest. Now, they have 12 teams in the Rio Grande Valley. So they're not going to put together a 12-team district. But one of the things I want to see is, do they lump in teams from Laredo, which is not in the Rio Grande Valley, into the Rio Grande Valley, give them that travel, and make it so there's 16 teams and they can have 2 8-team districts instead of 2 6-team districts. That's one thing that I'm keeping an eye on. And I also want to see who changes regions. Okay? This happens every year. There are teams that are going to flip regions. And the comparison that I would make is, so when the UIL realignment comes out, look not just at the district, like makeup, what teams are in it, but also the district number. So, for example, we've seen in the past, last year, Port Neches Groves moved from, I think it was District 10 in 2023 to District 8 in 2024. Now, you might say, well, what's the big deal? That flips them over to the other side of the bracket. They are then in Region 2. The comparison I would make is, imagine if the Houston Texans moved from the AFC to the NFC. It changes everything. So there are invariably going to be teams that we see change regions, whether it's on the one side of the bracket or they flip to the other side of the bracket. What happens then? And what does Texas high school football look like there? Those are the things that we're watching. We're going to have wall-to-wall coverage on TexasFootball.com. I know Matt Stepp's got a bunch of, he's going classification by classification of things he's watching in each classification for UIL realignment on Monday. And speaking of Monday, we will be live, 8:45 a.m., live from the Birdville Fine Arts and Athletic Complex for UIL Realignment 2026, presented by our friends at Hometown Ticketing. 8:45 a.m., we are going to have about 15 minutes of lead up. 9 o'clock is the big moment when the UIL realignment gets released. That is when everything goes kind of crazy. We will have big-name guests joining us on the desk, live for instant reaction. You will get our instant analysis of UIL realignment. We are fired up, courtesy of our friends at Hometown Ticketing, for UIL Realignment 2026, 8:45 a.m. Set your Palm Pilot for 8:45 a.m. Monday. Woo. All Dave Campbell's Texas football channels. We will be live, bright and early, jacked up on coffee.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. So that is UIL Realignment coming up on Monday. Make sure you are there for that. Let's go to Vianney Moreno for America's second favorite segment, Final Thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Remember that?
I remember that. Hey, guys. I'm happy that the snow is melting. Although there is still ice in front of our office. And I almost fell this morning. So
You almost fell?
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost fell. So it's a good thing that there's not any cameras out there. Or else.
Why'd you say that?
I don't know.
Is there a story you want to tell?
No, I almost fell. There's still ice in the parking lot. It's insane. Did you not? Also, I don't know if I parked right because the lines, you can't see the lines, you know?
So I'll tell a story.
Okay, go ahead.
Vianney Moreno sent me a text
Oh my gosh.
on Monday
Oh, I should have.
that she said, I
pull it
fell
up?
outside on the ice. And I go, oh no, are you okay? And then she said, yes, it was captured on our doorbell camera of her falling. Vianney, do we have the photographic evidence?
Oh, I can hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
We're giving her 2 seconds. Yeah. I am good at walking, so I didn't have any problems slipping on the ice. But it is slippery. Be careful out there. But please take my kids tomorrow, school district.
Here.
Please take my kids. Let's see if we can
I
get
don't know.
the.
Well, I can probably get it on my phone.
Let's see. Let's see if we can get it. Let's go to her Ring camera.
Oh wait, let me see if I get it in focus. No, you can't really see it.
Okay, never mind. That's her. That's VNA on her Ring camera after biting it.
You can only see my legs. I'm just laying there in pain. It didn't get the footage of me falling. It got the very end where I was just on the floor, like in pain.
Very funny. I'm glad you're okay though.
I'm fine.
Reminder, 8:45 a.m., bright and early, myself and Matt Stepp bringing you exclusive coverage of the 2026 UIL realignment live from Birdville, 8:45 a.m. on all Dave Campbell's channels. Courtesy of our friends at Hometown Ticketing. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at TCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. For Vianney Moreno, I'm Greg Tepper. We will see you Monday live from Birdville, 8:45 a.m. for UIL realignment on Texas Football Today.
Bye.